I want to share with you a quick way that you can make learning more accessible for students on the iPad when it comes to reading fluency and just having an extra scaffold and support in place. So whether students have a learning disability or they're more auditory, here's a cool tip that you can use on the iPad. So first of all, you want to go to settings, and when you go to settings, you'll want to go to the accessibility feature right here. Then you'll go over to spoken content, and when you go to spoken content, we want to turn on speak selection. Now there is the speak screen selection as well. I've just found that it gets very confusing with younger students, so today what I'm going to do is focus primarily on speak selection. The next thing you want is where it says highlight content. I like to turn this feature on so that students can see the words and sentences that are going to be read aloud to them. And so instead of underline, I'm going to go to background color, and I'm going to go to word color, and I'm going to say that any word that is red, I'm going to have making that yellow. I'm going to go back. Any sentence is going to be green, and then I'm going to go back. Now, here's the other thing too, is you can actually change the way that things are being read to you by changing the speaking rate. And you can hear a preview of that right now. So,
Speak selection, read selected content.
the other thing too is you can go and select voices. Now, by default, Samantha is the actual person that you're going to hear on the iPad. She sounds like this.
Hello, my name is Samantha.
If I go back, I like Alex. Alex actually has some features that I learned about where he reads ahead and does pronounce punctuation, pauses. It just does a much better job of reading. So I'm going to select Alex. I'm going to go ahead and tap Alex right here, and I can hear a preview.
Hello, my name is Alex.
Okay, so we all work on different resources on the iPad. One common resource is probably going to a website. So here's a BrainPop website that I'm going to, and this is an article that I want students to read. Now, what you could do is you could have select the text, and as you can see, one of the problems with this is that if I select the text, now the picture is going to be read. There's all sorts of different links. It can be very confusing for students. So a helpful tool that you could use on Safari is just tap on the double A icon there, and you can go to where it says Show Reader View. Now, if websites are designed with accessible features, they're going to have this reader view in mind where it gets rid of the links, gets rid of some of the distractions on a website. Unfortunately, this isn't available for all websites, so you may have to do some research ahead of time. However, this is great because now what I can do is I can select the text just simply by tapping, and then I can tap one more time, and now I have where it says speak. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to this.
Thanks to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's famous poem, most Americans know the name Paul Revere. But Paul Revere's ride doesn't accurately describe how.
And then I could hit pause if I want it to pause. If I want it to read a little bit more, I just simply drag down, and that's a lot easier for students. Although the speak screen feature does the same thing, it can be confusing for students as far as navigating, turning it off, etc. So this might be the easiest feature for students to use, whether they need an extra scaffold of support or they're more auditory.